This nigga just screenshotted my message, sent it to me, and said, what should I say? Is my life a fucking joke? Am I a joke? I'll ask Buzz, can I come over? I just want to spend the night. You gonna go ask another what to say? I told you it was okay if you didn't want me to come because you're moving out. Guys, it's your girl Ky'mari. I'm here with another video. I'm not stalling, you're not waiting, so let's get into the video. Y'all, I am a stall a little bit today. Don't mind how I look. Mind your business. I'm about to do my hair, but this is kind of the only, like, I'm not gonna have time to do the video after I do my hair, so we just look cute. Anyways, so y'all, a story time. I feel like I haven't did this in so long. I don't even know how to even start my videos no more. Like, I'm very much more upbeat than I was. I feel like my last story time I was upbeat. I said I was installing and y'all wasn't waiting. Let me not go on a rant about how I don't even know what else I'm going to rant about. That don't even matter. Y'all, last night I had a 10. I had a time, okay? Actually, the last few days has been a time. Life has been a time here. So, boom. The guy in the story, he don't really need a name because I'm really only talking about him, but we're gonna call him Tats. Tat. We're gonna call him Tat. He had nice tattoos, I don't know. So, I wasn't in a relationship, but I was still messing with my ex. But like, I was like, I don't even want to mess with him no more. Because like, I remember we wasn't together, but like, we was still being around each other. Like, I was literally at his crib still going over there. And I think this was in the summertime. I think it was in the summertime. So it was in the summertime. And my homeboy, he was having a little kickback the day before this interaction happened. So it's this guy that's not my skin color. And I think I had like liked his story or something. Like, I think I liked his story and I didn't think he was gonna slide on me or nothing. Like, I just, like, you know, I thought whatever, I think it was a picture of him or like his fit or something, I don't know, and I thought it was cute, so I liked it. Mind you, I was not trying to like, you know, talk to this dude. I wasn't on it. So he ended up texting me. I think he like liked something of mine. He ended up texting me. So I'm like, okay, like, you know. So he was just like 30, whatever, like damn near asking me why I'm playing. I don't know. Or it was something like that. Like, he was saying something about me, like his story, not saying nothing. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know he was texting me, so he ended up giving me his number. I texted him. And then after that, we didn't really talk for real. Like, I think he did try a conversation, but like, you know, I wasn't really like too much in it because I was still talking to my ex for real. Like, not for real, but we were still in contact. So I really wasn't really like on that for real. So yeah, mind you, that my ex, he was literally dogging me the fuck out in there. Like, he was there dogging me out. I don't know why. He wasn't good. Like, he wasn't a good dude. So I don't give a fuck. But like, I wasn't entertaining him for real. Cool. Like I said, my homeboy, he was having a little kickback at an Airbnb for his birthday. And that day, I told my ex, I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I'm outside the kickback, like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you. Mind you, I have not been talking to this other guy for real. Like, I haven't been talking to him for real. Like, I did start texting him again that day after I told dude, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to talk to you no more. So yeah, I was texting him that day because I had ended up getting to my homeboy Airbnb when it was like earlier in the day. I was waiting on my homegirl outside, I remember, and I texted him and I was just like, I don't want to be with you no more, like, I don't want to talk. He probably said some shit like, okay, whatever, I don't know. Nigga ain't give a fuck about me, so. He really didn't care about me. I don't care what that man will tell you he gave about me, he did it, please. Anyway, so what happened? So I go inside to kick back, you know, they baddie, shot like clock. No, just playing. We in there, I'm not gonna lie. So it's cool. We waiting on my other homegirl to come. Mind you, we just back down there like we're vibing. My other homegirl get there. Dang, should I give him a name? I really didn't want to. Oh, I said I was gonna call him Tat. So Tat, he stayed in my school, and we was like around my school area where the Airbnb was. So he was like, yeah, I'm in. Oh, he said, yeah, I'm wherever I'm at. He was in the same place I was, but not at the same place, but the same city I was in. And he was like, yeah, I'm just talking to my homeboy, whatever, da. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he was hanging with his homeboy. And I told him I was at an Airbnb for my homeboy. And he was like, oh, okay, be safe. You know, that was the end of the conversation. We didn't text no more that night. Well, we didn't text no more. So, you know, he was like, be safe. I was like, you too, cool. I'm in the Airbnb. People is walking in. My other homegirl come. One of my homegirls, she's a stud. And I end up twerking on her. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not really, like, this is my homegirl. This is the homegirl. She's a girl to me. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't look at her like that. So it's like, me twerking on her, that don't mean nothing. Like, that's like twerking on your friend girl. Like, she's literally my friend girl. So it was nothing to it. So I guess somebody peeped and told, I don't know if dude asked about me. He had to have asked about me because why is your homeboys telling you that I'm twerking on somebody? His homeboys had told him that I was twerking on somebody, but I'm gonna get to how I know that. So that happened, you know, I'm getting lit. They turn the lights off. It's more people coming in. I sit down. I see Tat. I ain't say nothing because like I was sitting down and then I was asking I was asking another dude. I was like, can you go get my shot glass? Because I didn't have it and I couldn't find it because I went to go look and I couldn't find it. He couldn't find it. So I'm just sitting there. Somehow we migrate outside and he ends up walking up to me because he thought I was gonna leave, but I wasn't gonna leave. I don't know what I was doing. Ain't no telling, baby. I don't know what I was doing, but it did look like I was leaving, or whatever. So he comes up to me, and he starts talking to me. Oh, pause. Let's go back. So when we go outside the first time, it's this girl. I guess she be in everybody's face going, or she was at the time, anyways. And she comes up to me. She's like, "Oh my gosh, Tat kissed me. I kissed Tat. He just kissed me." Mind you, she not saying his name. She's referring to him as, and he's the only here. So I was like, oh, okay, girl. I was like, oh my gosh, for real. Mind you, I don't know why she's telling me that. She don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? She don't know that I was chatting with him or nothing. So I don't know. I think she was just running her mouth. Cool. He ends up walking to me and thinking I'm finna leave and saying something to me. And I'm like, dude, wasn't you just kissing somebody? And then he gonna say something, wasn't you just twerking on somebody? And I was like, my homegirl? My homegirl? Like, what are you talking about? I was like, that is my homegirl. Like, I am not for the girls. I'm not for the girls. So we going back and forth kind of about that. My homegirl walks by. My homegirl, she walking by, and I'm like, we about to leave? And she's like, yeah. So then this other guy that we know, he walking towards her, and I'm like, what is you doing? I was like, I was like, you finna walk? Like, what are you doing? So he like, move. He telling me to move, and he pushed me a little bit. So I started talking crazy to him a little bit, and I was like, why the fuck you just push me, and da. And then my cousin come, he like, what is wrong with you? I was like, he just pushed me. You know, my cousin gonna say to me, this nigga gonna say something. He probably just trying to, I don't know. But he didn't push me hard, but mind you, I've been drinking, so it's like, I felt a little, like, why are you pushing me? But he was just trying to walk her to her car, and he ended up coming back to me, apologizing and stuff too, because he was like, he didn't mean it like that. So I was like, okay, whatever. But anyway, so while I'm talking to the dude that pushed me, Tat walks away. Cool. So he walks away, and when the dude that I wasn't really going back and forth with, but the dude that pushed me, he ends up walking away. So I walk back up to Tat, and we get to talking again. And I'm like, you just kissed somebody, you don't know where her mouth been, because I heard whoop whoop and this and that, and you just kissing people, like, that's nasty. And he was like, it's just a kiss, mind you. Like, I can't eat this up. And I'm like, bro, you're gonna put your lips on just anybody? That's disgusting. And I'm not gonna lie, after that, I never fantasized about cracking that down, baby. Never. Cause what? Like, you kissing animals. That's nasty. And the kickback is crazy. Mind you, it was other stuff going on in the sidelines, which I'm gonna speak on a little bit because it comes back up in another story time whenever I feel comfortable telling that story time. Probably later on in life, I don't know, for real, like, honestly. And it's not even because it just something bad happened, but it happened a little bit after this one when I went to a kickback, and I don't know if I'm gonna, nah, baby, I gotta tell that shit later on in life. It's not even nothing crazy, but anyways, I'm yipping. I'm back then. Anyways, so other stuff is going on in the sidelines. It's a girl and a boy in the bathroom. It's got to pee. And they in the bathroom for a long time. People knocking on the door. Boom, come outside. Like, what are y'all doing? They was in there cracking it down, baby. The washer, mind your business. But y'all see I took my piercings out. I'm trying to, like, change it up. I don't know. Like, I don't. So, yeah, that was happening. And then when people started leaving, it was other people cracking down in the rooms. I don't know nothing about that. Okay? So, back to when we was outside. Because, okay, we saying this and that. So, we end up finishing a conversation or whatever. So, I told him, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna go to the gas station to give you some drink. He was like, you're not driving, you're driving. And I was like, okay. So, he drove. We get in his car. And I was like, yeah, I just want some water. He was like, if you just want some water, like, we can go back to my apartment and I'll get your water bottle. Like, it's nothing. We don't gotta go to the gas station because it's like the apartment was down the street. Cool. I said, cool. So we go up in his apartment and I was like, ooh, this look nice in here. Cause it did look nice in there. And I was like, ooh, yeah, like, we go up in there, it looked nice, and he ended up like showing me around a little bit, I guess. Like, I think I did go up in his room and look to see like what it looked like. He gave me a water bottle. I sit down. We're talking a little bit. And then I was like, are we gonna go back? Because, I mean, he wasn't giving me no weird vibes, like he was trying to touch where I'm here or nothing. Like, he didn't give them vibes or nothing, but I still wanted to go back because I don't know you like that. I'm not gonna lie. And I know you like that, Bookie. I ain't really feel comfortable. So we ended up going back. He was like, okay. I thought we was chilling, but, or he said something like that. He was like, oh, okay, I didn't know. So we ended up going back. And I walked up in there and now it's dang near empty. I mean, one of my homegirls was still there catering to someone. Dude that I asked to find my shot glass, he was in the room. I guess he was really drunk. And I had went up in there for a reason. I don't know what I went up in there for. I think I was just trying to see where everybody was at. And then I had ended up sitting on the bed and talking to him about something. So, and then I had ended up leaving out, and I went outside to where Tat was, because he had went outside with his friends, because his friend was sitting in the back of the truck. It was like one of them trucks with the, you know, the open tail thingy, whatever. I don't know. He was sitting in that. And I went out there. And I'm not gonna lie, mind you, I'm a little drunk. So I walk up, and to me, it was giving like, what is you walking over here for? It was only 2 of them, or 3 of them, I don't know. But it was giving like, why are you over here? And I was just like, the fuck? And he was like, the fuck? Mind you, he's probably like, we talked about it after, and I was misinterpreting what the signs he was giving at first. Like, so I was like, fuck you. Like, and he was like, fuck you too. So I had walked off. I ended up going back in the house, and I was like telling him, like, you know, y'all, I'm about to leave. So I walked outside, and where he was across the street. So I had to walk across the street to get to him. And I was across the street, but like when I walked out of the house, but my car was on that side of the street, so I didn't have to, like, I had to walk down into a parking lot, but it was on that side, so I didn't have to walk over. because that was a whole nother thing. We had moved our cars because they was like, oh, they're towing cars. They're about to tow cars. Nobody towed nobody car, bro. They was just drunk saying stuff. Like, it was a sign, and I guess somebody read the sign. It was like, oh my God, they tow cars. And then came back and told everybody that they tow cars the whole time. Nobody was coming to tow nobody's car. Because the car didn't get towed. Like, anyways. Or the other people that was parked over there. I'm walking at the house. I'm leaving. He's calling my name. He's like, Madison, Madison, Madison. Yelling my name. I'm not answering, mind you, because I just thought he just had an attitude with me and asked me if I was around him and his friends, or why did I come out, what I want, type shit. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. I get in my car. I'm swerving and going, whoa. I play too much. But I get in my car and I'm driving off, and he ends up calling me. And I'm like, hello? I'm like, what? I was like, no, you weird. Like, you being weird. Like, what you want? So he like, how am I being weird? And I was like, nothing, bro, nothing. So I think I ended up like hanging up in his face. I did hang up in his face. And then he called me back. And then that's when I told him what it was and what it wasn't. I was like, bro, you was sitting there acting like you didn't want me around or something, or like I was bothering you. And I think that's what he had told me. Like, it wasn't that. I don't remember. But we ended up staying on the phone. I think we either stayed on the phone, or I hung up, and then we ended up getting on the phone again. He had got home, and he had like took a shower, and I had got home and stuff, and he called me again. I don't know how that was. I just remember being on the phone with him, and then he was like, oh, I'm finna go to sleep. And I was like, okay, because I'm very much so go to sleep on the phone type of bitch. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like going to sleep on the phone. So he ends up hanging up, and I text him, and I'm like, why did you hang up? And he calls me back, and we go to sleep on the phone. I remember the next day, I had to do something. It was a Sunday, but I had to wake up early. I don't think it was work. I didn't have to go to work. I don't know what it was. But I remember getting in my car, and I was on the phone with him still, and then I ended up hanging up, and I texted him, like, after the fact. So, cool. That's him. That's me meeting him the first time. That's the first impression. Cool. Okay, boom. We's talking, but his texting game starts getting bad. Like, he want to talk. Like, he want to talk and shit. Like, I don't know. He want to text. And then he'll be texting for, like, you know, he'll be texting cool. And then out of nowhere, nigga texting trash as fuck. Like, and I'm like, fuck. So I end up telling him this. Mind you, we have had a conversation. Like, he definitely he knew how to communicate. I can't say that. But also probably can be manipulative too, because he knows how to communicate. So we're just talking. I don't remember a lot of the interactions we had. You know what? I have messages. Let me tell y'all, let me find the messages to where it was something that we were not going back and forth about, but like just having a conversation about. And I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Hold on. Because I have the messages. I have receipts. It's 3:70. I mean, I said 3:74. 3:47 a.m. I texted him and I said, you gonna be my man one day. He said, you was drunk again last night, because why you send me that out of nowhere at damn near 4 a.m. and hell yeah, I was asleep. Like, that shit was so funny. Yeah, I think this was when we first started talking. Because I was telling him, like, because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna say I was tweaking off that liquor when I first met him, but I was trying to tell him, like, that was not me. That was not me, bro. That wasn't me, man. That wasn't even Jade. Like, I don't know who the fuck that was. Okay. Oh, okay, boom. Let's talk about it. So, I guess I'm gonna just read what I said. Hold on. Okay, so this conversation was recently, like, I mean, not recently, but like after the kickback. Okay, so I told him that he hurt my feelings because he kissed that random girl. I told him he hurt my feelings, and he was like, I apologize, because my intentions will never be to hurt your feelings. And I was like, boy, you did not give a fuck about my feelings. It is what it is. A hoe gonna be a hoe. He gonna say, so how the fuck you gonna tell me I do care about your feelings? If I didn't, I would have just let it be last night and right now. Shut that shit up. And then he said, quit calling me a hoe. This not that. He said something else, but we're not gonna say that. And then I just said all right to what he said, because he really tried to get off on me, and I'm not finna let y'all get off on me too. So he said, "Now you acting weird, alright?" So I was like, because I don't kiss randoms. And he said he don't either. So basically, he told me that the girl, she was not random, but like, he knew her before then, but like, they wasn't in communication, but like, he saw her and I don't know, that shit weird. I said, shut up, nigga. You not talking about nothing. Mind you, this is funny, the way I just said, nigga, why I said that to him one time, and he said, I'm not that, I'm white. I said, oh, I laughed. I swear, that shit had me cackling. So whatever, we was talking about what we was talking about, what he was trying to get off on. I said, you got a diff. I said, you got a game. He said, most diff. He was like, and I said, I'm gonna just say that, oh, we're not reading that big ass paragraph. So whatever. I'm gonna read what he said. He said, I believe you, Madison. We already talked about this, but you steady trying to throw this whole kiss thing in my face and steady calling me a hoe, like that shit not cool. We been talking about it. She wasn't a random, and just like you said you made mistakes. Okay, cool. I did too. So what are we really talking about here? You keep saying you gonna let it be, but keep throwing it in my face. I get it's fucked up. I get it. I fucked up. I get it that I hurt your feelings, and I sincerely apologize about that because I don't want to hurt you. You keep saying have fun, and I said, I didn't mean to say that. Like, you gonna cut me off for real, shaking my head. And then I was like, I don't even know what you want. We ain't been communicating that long, and I'd rather not do long distance. I know how I am. He was like, you're right. We haven't been. So he said we haven't, so that don't mean we have to stop. We can keep communicating how we are, and that's cool. I understand. I want to do long distance. We don't have to. We obviously find each other very attractive, but it don't need to be nonsense. I'm finna move. That don't mean we gotta stop communicating and being cool, but you claim you don't have friends, so I don't even know if you want to be friends. So yeah, it was a whole thing because I didn't want to do the long distance. Like, I didn't want to talk to him. Mind you, I just met this dude. I don't know you like that, and I don't know what the fuck you finna be on when you go to this other college, baby. So I wasn't really messing with the vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I was not fucking with it. Like, I was not trying to be on that with him. But you know what we did? We continued to talk. We continued to talk. Let me look for more shit. So I started to do what he was doing to me. Like, he wouldn't text me back. And so, oh, it was another thing too. He was like, we can be on the phone, but I don't like going to sleep on the phone type shit. And I was like, he got a bitch. I'm not stupid, nigga. You're gonna go to sleep on the phone with your bitch. And not me. Like, let me stop playing. Anyways. So when he said that, I didn't text him back. And he said, no, yeah, I didn't text him back. I just liked his message or whatever. And then he was like, you gon' like my message and not text me back all day, lol. Duh, you're not talking about shit. The fuck are we talking about? So after that, he ended up being like where I stay at, and because he was getting a tattoo. That's why we call him Tat. He was getting a tattoo, and we went to this park by my house. It's like a little pond. It's like water over there. People be fishing. It's a park. We went over there and we just sat down and talked. And then let me tell y'all, so boom, I asked him, I think it was that same day or the next day. It was close after. I asked him, could I come spend the night? But mind you, I was kind of like coming sideways with, not sideways, but it was kind of out of left field because he was moving. So, I mean, he was kind of on some shit like I could have been asked him to spend the night. But like, I just didn't want to at that time, which I want to now. But I understood if he would have said no, right? While I asked him, he screenshots my message, sends it to me. And I opened it real quick, so I saw it. And says, what am I gonna say to this? I was like, that's weird. Like, why would you send my message? Like, who are you sending that to? So he was saying it was his homegirl or whatever. And I was like, now you making me feel like all of our conversations. Like, nigga, you be asking your homegirl what to say every fucking time you don't know what to say. Like, bro, you don't have a brain of your own. That's why I ain't gonna lie. I was coming to him so I'm like, nigga, you don't got no brain of your own. Like, you gotta ask the next person what to say to me. Like, I don't fuck with that. If you didn't want to, you could have just said no. So he was saying he do got a brain of his own and da 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 da. Nobody give a fuck, nigga. Your ass, boy, shut up. So I ended up unfollowing. No, I looked at his main page and I saw that he had unfollowed me. So I unfollowed him back and then I removed him from my spam and I unfollowed him from my spam because he didn't unfollow me off his spam, but he unfollowed me off his main. And I was like, that's weird because he didn't follow, like, he followed less than 100 people and he unfollowed me. So I was like, all right, cool. I see what you want. Bet, nigga. So he ends up texting me talking about why you unfollow me with a laughing emoji. And I was like, because, and I told him exactly what it was. And he was like, I don't remember doing that. Yeah, right. Right. You don't remember doing that. Right. So he was like, he don't remember doing that. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And I was like, why you even say something like that? Shit don't matter. And he was like, I just thought it was weird because I didn't do nothing to you. And I was like, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't do anything to you. So why you unfollow me? Then we was talking about communicating again somehow. And he was still on BS with the text and stuff. So I just let that man be. I text him. Like, we was having a conversation. It wasn't a long conversation. Like, it was a little short conversation. We had just started the conversation. And he didn't text me back. So I double texted and I was like, yeah, you playing. And then he responded to not the yeah, you playing, but what I said before when we was having a conversation. And I never texted him back. And I have not talked to him to this day. That shit really blew me out. I remember being in my room taking pictures with a Luna's bottle on my head and getting that notification that he sent my messages to me. I literally have a video. I'm going to put the video in, y'all, of what I said. I have to find that video. This nigga just screenshotted my message, sent it to me, and said, what should I say? Is my life a fuck joke? Am I a joke? I'll ask Buzz, can I come over? I just want to spend the night. And you gonna go ask another bitch what to say? I told you it was okay if you didn't want me to come because you're moving out like tomorrow morning. Cause I literally was like, is this nigga? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was losing it. I was losing it because I was like, what's going on, bro? Like, is this really my life? This wasn't really nothing too crazy. Like, I definitely ended up starting talking back to my nigga after, like, and I told him about the dude, I guess, a little bit, but it was whatever. He was all right. He was all right. He was all right. He wasn't. It was definitely giving, like, if I want to talk to, I want him to be, and I don't want him to be up. Like, that's it. I'm sorry. I don't want that. Like, 0 out of 10, wouldn't recommend, wouldn't do it again. And that's just me, though. And he looked good, too. Like, I forgot to say that. Like, he was T. He looked good. I'm not going to lie. That's really what I was like. And it wasn't the tats or nothing. It was his face. Like, it was just so. All right, I'm stop playing. He was T, though, for sure. That's it for this story time, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.